Alright guys, I don't know how I feel about this. The X5, I'll be very straight up with you, it's ruined. Whew. It's ruined. Absolutely obliterated. The weekend took a toll on the old X5 and it took a beating. It took a beating from the paint to the wheels, to the interior, to the window, to the lights, to the bumpers, to the everything. I'll show you what I'm talking about, guys. We're going to dive into the interior tonight. I don't have it in me to dive into the exterior right now. Plus, it's freaking cold. There's like a cold front coming in, and it feels like it's 30 degrees outside, but it's only like 40. But let's show you what I got in the interior. Come on. Interior is done. I'm super freaking happy that the interior is done. This thing is a disaster to clean. It's been a disaster so far. We had to thoroughly scrub everything, take all the coating off in that process, and thoroughly coat everything again. And it's been a process. The coating worked really good, though, to help prevent staining or anything on the leather. Before we left for the trip, we used this Geon leather coat. It seemed to work pretty good. Don't have any complaints about it. It didn't leave any stains. It left the leather looking nice and clean, and it felt clean until we decided to take that unmarked trail and got mud everywhere. But it held up really well, so we put it back on there. We're gonna let it sit, hopefully not go that extreme mudding again for a little bit. Of course we're gonna do it again because it was super fun and I loved it, but it was not for the faint of heart, and it ruined almost everything in the process of doing that. But it was super cool nonetheless. Super clean, super good, super nice, and I'm super happy. And now we're off to the exterior. Guys, I'm not even sure where to start with this thing. I guess we're going to have to do it like we do the Razor and the dirt bikes and stuff. We're going to start from the top up, get all the stuff from the top, rinse to the bottom, take all the wheels off, do the entire undercarriage, do the engine bay, do all the door jambs, do everywhere and in between. Maybe even take the wheel wells out from the back and the front and get all that gunk out from under there. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a process. Might make this a two-part video. I'm not even sure yet. I'd almost be lying to you if I said I was looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it, doing it because I've never done a car this dirty that's like been a personal vehicle. I don't even think I ever got the Raptor this dirty, maybe like once or twice. But I'm excited to see it clean again. I'm excited to see how this coating holds up, really. I'm not sure how this coating is going to hold up. I'm doing that because it's not a true coating in my opinion. It goes on like a sealant, so I'm classifying it as a sealant. But I'm super excited to see how this G-Technic sealant does, see how it performs, see how it still is on the vehicle after all of the stuff it's went through. This stuff has sit on here for probably about 4 days now. So it's been on here for a good hot minute, and I'm ready to see what it'll do. Let's get into this washing thing, dude. It's gonna take all night. Let's go. So all in all, with it being as dirty as it was, this mud, dirt, whatever you want to call it, actually came off easier than I expected. It didn't really stick to the surface. The biggest problem I had was everything kept coming out further and further. I would get something clean, and then more mud would come out from the same area. But all in all, it only took me about 10 or 15 minutes to get the whole thing rinsed, and I was happy with that. Blowing the coolant line off, typical BMW things. Just the whole, everything about this trip was insane. And the X5 shows it. So this wash, we have some simple Adams shampoo in one bucket here, if you your eye caught that. The reason we have a one bucket wonder here is because this may be the last time it's washed with this paint. I don't know how this is going to go. It's going to have to be corrected at the very minimum. This is going to reveal a lot of things. So far, the Griot's ceramic speed shine coating, I call it sealant, it ain't holding up too hot. It didn't do too hot to all the mud and everything. I kind of had higher expectations for it, if I want to say, for like a longevity standpoint. But yeah, I'm not thinking it held up pretty good. It seems to have no resemblance of anything left on here. We'll see if it water spotted. I don't see any resemblance of coating left on this girl right here, so that's interesting to say the least. I have no idea if any is left on here because it's not like a traditional coating, so we're just kind of going off of and if it had any mud stains on it, traditional water beading capabilities, and all the normal typical properties of a ceramic coating, I would say. It definitely broke the myth of being scratch resistant, because this thing got all scratched up, dude. It got scratches everywhere, and then some. But that's okay. That's part of this. That's why we wanted to do it. It was still fun. I admit I did not expect it to get this messed up the first big outing, but it's okay. It's okay. We will build back better. Yeah, this is just insane. The old X5 did great though. It did amazing. It did everything I told it to do and then some. It's really a solid unit. If you guys are contemplating on one of these and thinking, oh, well, that can't go off-road, let me tell you right now, it certainly can. It definitely can. Now, the more I'm washing this, I am noticing the water trying to bead off the surface. So maybe it just got really, really covered in mud, and that's kind of why it wasn't feeling, doing any protection properties per se that's visible to the human eye. But it still may have been protecting. We just couldn't visibly see them. I am so curious to see what this paint looks like. The suspense has been killing me. I haven't had time or made time to clean this thing till today. It's been a hot minute, and oh man, the suspense has been killing me on knowing how ruined this thing is, because I know it's ruined. I'll just go ahead and say, I admit I know it's ruined. But my question is, how ruined is ruined? How ruined are we talking here? Okay, so before I dry her down real quick, I want to show you guys this coating's actually sticking on pretty good. It's actually beading water still. It's actually running water off. It's very surprising after all the hell we put it through. It's doing pretty good. We have our hood right here. It's still doing decent. Like, I definitely call that decent. That's better than I expected it to do. Still holds a nice deep gloss, and it still looks really good. This is a lot better than I expected from this, really. So overall, the coating has held up pretty good. Coating, sealant, I'm gonna call this. Definitely not a coating. Coating would not have lasted this prematurely, but it does still look good. It does retain some water beading. It does retain some nice deep gloss and a depth to it. And I definitely can't say I wouldn't recommend the product. For something that's quick and easy to apply, very inexpensive, I definitely would recommend this stuff 110%. Not sponsored, not paid to do this. Just letting you guys know an honest opinion from somebody that actually used this product, put it through everything I could possibly throw at it, and here it is, and you're seeing what it is. Now let's try this thing down and see what we have here. I'm terrified to see what we have left over after this place. All right, so on camera, about a 10-footer, it looks fantastic, minus the bumper broken back here. It's honestly not as horrible as I thought it would be appearing, looking at it at first, but it is definitely pretty bad. These are all very deep scratches that go through the whole side of the car, all the way up to the front. There's a very severe one right here, if you can see. You can feel that one in your fingernail. That one's not gonna buff out very easily. Yeah, so she definitely took a beating. So it's really not as bad as I expected, thankfully, but it is pretty freaking bad. But you kind of expect that for driving through the woods in the middle of no trail with things hanging all over the side, trees, tree limbs, branches, everything, in the pouring down rain in the middle of the woods in Windrock. Freaking cool trip though, but got some damage to the X5 we gotta assess here. I gotta figure out what my next plan of action is. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if we're just gonna correct it again, paint some of the places that need to be painted, and keep this girl black, or if we're going to go a completely different color, guys. I really don't know. I'm not really feeling like painting the whole thing, because I honestly think it'll just get messed up again, because we'll probably do this again. Justin's gonna take us down another awesome trail, and something's gonna happen to the paint, so probably not a need to paint it, but look at me, I am me. I might paint it, I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see. Okay, I pulled it in for you guys. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Now you can see everything. Look at that. That is awesome. All the way down the side of her. All the way. Look how awesome that is. It even got my trim. So cool. So cool. And that's just one side. Let's show you the side. That's the worst. In the light. Unbelievable. She's now she's a good 10-20 footer now, guys. She's a good 10 or 20 footer. This is wild. I don't know what to do. This is my assessment. This is my wash. This is my post Windrock talk. And I don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless. Yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do. We'll see what we're gonna do. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not really sure. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. Do we correct it? Do we paint some pieces? Do we do a crazy color? Do we keep it black? Do we wrap it? Drop a comment down below. What do you want to see? What should we do? What do you think is the best course of action? I have no idea right now. I need to kind of take this in and soak it in now that I can see it and for everything it is, and kind of get back to it. This is a little wild. It's a little wild. Didn't expect it that much. Didn't expect it that much.